Hi everyone. So today's agenda is when we use a tab set and we have tabs within that tab set in LWC. And I want to allow switching between the tabs on certain conditions. But on other conditions, I want to prevent someone from switching between the tabs. It should remain in the same tab. It should not be switching to the other tab. So let's quickly see how to do this. Okay, let's create a lightning component first. Okay, so I've created a component named tab component one. In that tab component one, I've already configured the meta.js file. Okay. Now, here what I'm going to do is first I'm going to create a simple framework with a tab set in it, and that tab set will be having two tabs in it. This is the tab set. Okay, this is tab number one. This is tab number two. Now here what I've done is there is a attribute called active tab value. What does that mean is the moment we are navigating to this component or to this tab set, which tab out of the two or three or four, whatever you do, out of those number of tabs, which tab would open? Like which tab would be the default tab which would be open? Now for that, what I need to do is I need to use the value attribute in each of the tab that we have inside the tab set. Now I can put any value one, or I can say item one tab, item two tab, whatever I want to, I could write that. But here when I want to say that when I am navigating to this particular tab set, by default, this tab should be where I should be landing to. The landing tab should be this one. So what is its value? Its value is one. So that is why I'll be mentioning one over here because I want this tab to be the default one when I come to this tab set. Okay. Now, next what I'm going to do is I'll just hold on. Yeah, I'll just deploy this. Okay. Now let's go to account. I've already created a button called tab. In that, I have used my component, old component, which I had made. But now I'm using the one that we have made. So I'm going to say uh, hold on. Okay, I think it was not refreshed properly, but anyhow, now we have it. So the tab component one that we have created, I have now added a button, like a quick action I've made. And in that quick action, I've added this lightning component. Now let's go and quickly add this button or the quick action that I've created in the account layout. Here we have tab one. I'll just drag and drop. Okay. Now I click on tab 1. Okay, I think this is because we have not added the methods for this one. Let me quickly go and just add this. Okay. Okay. Now I'm switching, okay, from one tab to another. Now, let's say I'm creating two lightning input fields in my tab. So let's quickly do that. So here we go. Instead of saying I am putting two input field, the first one is field 1, the second one is field 2. And for the on change of field 1, I'm calling handle change field 1 method, and on change of field 2, I'm calling handle change field 2 method. So let's quickly make those methods in our JS. Okay. And I'm going to declare two variables over here. Okay. That's it, I guess. And let's deploy this. Okay. Done. So, okay. So in my tab 1, I have field 1, field 2. In the tab 2, I just have content for tab 2. Now, please excuse me for all these UI things because this is just a small video. I don't want to extend it by covering all those things. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter some value here. Okay. So, okay, wait, I didn't do the console.log. Okay, so here in the console.log, now you can see the values. Now, let's suppose I am making it blank. So now you see the value is blank. Now, I'm still able to navigate to tab 2. But let's suppose if field 1 or field 2 is blank, I don't want to let the user switch to tab 2. They need to fill these fields first and only then they can switch to tab. So for that, what I'm going to do is, first of all, what happens here is whenever in the tab set, uh, we activate one of the tab, like when we switch between the tabs, right? This method will get called handle click. So in handle click, what I could say is, now I'm not entering anything and I'm switching. Okay, it did not show us the message. So give me a moment. Okay, so I got the issue. So for the first time when we enter this tab set, right, this component, and without entering anything, when we go to tab 2, that time the value is not blank, it is undefined. And when we enter something and then we make it blank, and then if we switch, that's when it gets blank value. So then what I've done is, if field 1 or field 2 variable is blank, or if field 1 or field 2 variable is undefined, then I am just printing the console.log as blank value. Now this is not our purpose. Our purpose is that if the field 1 or field 2 is blank, I don't want to let them switch to tab 2. So now how do I handle that is, first of all, I would say I would declare a variable, a let variable. Then I'm going to say this.template.query selector and get the tab set that we have. Now in our case, we have only one tab set, right? So I get that. Now next thing what I'm going to do is, I am going to say this tab set element that I got, in that active tab value would be 1. And I would say this dot activate tabs equal to 2. So now what it is going to do is, it is just going to activate tab 1. Now, what is 1 actually? Like I told you here, we gave value to each one of the tab. So for me, the value was 1 for the first tab and value was 2 for the second tab. So what I'm saying is, if either of the fields is blank, then what I'm doing is, I am doing active tab value as 1 and activate tab equal to 2. So whichever active tab value I've given here, I'm just activating that. So let me save it. Okay. Now let's refresh. See now, I am clicking on tab 2. I have clicked on it. See, you can see tab switched is getting called, but it is not moving anywhere from tab 1. So this is how I can prevent it. But now what is happening is, even if I enter some value and I try to switch to, okay, now it allows us to switch to tab 2 because we have entered some value in both the fields. But I think for one of the projects when I was doing this, it was not letting me switch to tab 2 even when I was entering the value. So in that case, what I did was, I said else, come inside, okay, and 1 minute. So in that case, when I was entering some value, and even then it was not navigating to tab 2, suppose you face that issue, then here is the workaround. What I did was, I said that if any of the field is blank, then come here and activate tab 1. Else, come in this else loop. Now in else loop, I am checking that event.target.value. Now what it will give me is whichever tab I have clicked. So let's say if I click tab 2, then value for tab 2 was equal to 2, number 2, right? So I would say if event.target.value equal to number 2, then do what? Again, use this tab set element. In that active tab value equal to 2, and then just activate it. So that is it. So now, if I have entered some value, I am able to switch to tab 2. So that is how you can prevent from navigating from tab 1 to any other tab on the basis of a condition. So see, I'm clicking on item 2 and I'm not able to navigate. Here you can see it is getting called, but I'm not able to navigate. Besides this, if you don't want to create a confusion, what you could do is you could just add a toast element. So let's do that also. So this is how we add a toast event. First, we need to import show toast event from here. And then on handle click, which is getting called when we switch any between any tab in the tab set. Once this method is called, then like I told you, I'm checking whether the field is blank. If it is blank, then I'm not allowing to switch between the tab. And secondly, what I'm doing is I'm creating a toast event. Title is error. Message says, please fill all the fields before navigating to the other tabs. Variant is error and mode is dismissible. And then I'm just dispatching this event, this toast event, and then I'm not allowing to switch between the tabs. So now let's suppose I'm trying to switch between the tab. It gives me a toast message, error message, and also it does not allow me to switch the tab. So now at least it makes sense for the user that why is he not able to switch between the tabs. So this is how you can handle it. So in case this video helped, please like, share, and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon so you don't miss any other update. Thank you so much.